Jedi Survivor just released this past weekend, and it was surprisingly underwhelming. So the embargo for Jedi Survivor just released, and it was super positive at first. You look at places like IGN, who gave it a 9. You look at places like GameSpot, who gave it an 8. And then Game Informer gave it a 93. So there was high praise for this game starting off the bat. First off, you start where you left off with the last game, picking up a few years after that. And it actually didn't strip you of your abilities from the past game. So you have an 86 score for Metacritic on Jedi Survivor, but then when you have a user score, you see a 4.6 at the time of this video. Then you have one of the most detailed game reviewers on YouTube, ACG, saying on Twitter that there's performance issues across all platforms and that it actually affects most of the game. Then you have a decent amount of Steam score reviews saying that there's a lot of negativity here. There's performance issues especially with the frame rates, and it's not actually looking really good, especially for the PC side of this game. I think one of the most realistic and helpful Steam reviews I've seen came from Ornug on Steam, and he says, "Hi, I've just finished my first playthrough of Jedi Survivor, and I wanted to provide my personal input for those still on the fence about purchasing this game. I hope I can help you decide. First and foremost, I can confirm this game does have performance issues that should have been ironed out before Respawn and EA decided to go ahead with the release. Fortunately, a majority of the stutter issues are only on the first 2 planets, but unfortunately, the bad FPS is consistent issue throughout the game, and it's disgusting that this was allowed to happen." Moving on to positive things, every other area of this game was an improvement over its predecessor. The devs did a fantastic job with feedback on Jedi Fallen Order and really delivered with Jedi Survivor. My only advice is not to expect anything too experimental. It mostly refined the formula from what was already in place in Jedi Fallen Order. Ignoring the performance issues, the first half of the game is an amazing experience that was worth the money. Unfortunately, the second half had a lot of pacing issues, a majority of which could be remedied if they didn't keep sending us between the same 3 planets for multiple chapters. It was still a good experience, but it did leave me feeling a bit disappointed considering how much it started with. These performance issues were actually so noteworthy that it actually caused EA to tweet out apologizing for the performance issues in the game. We are aware that Star Wars Jedi Survivor isn't performing to our standards for a percentage of our PC players, in particular those with high-end machines or certain specific configurations. For example, players using cutting-edge multi-threaded chipsets designed for Windows 11 were encountering problems on Windows 10, or high-end GPUs coupled with lower-performing CPUs also saw unexpected frame loss. Rest assured, we are working to address these cases quickly. While there is no single comprehensive solution for PC performance, the team has been working on issues we believe will improve performance across the spectrum of configurations. We are committed to fixing the issues as soon as possible, but each patch requires significant testing to ensure we don't introduce new problems. Thanks for understanding, and apologies to many of our players experiencing these issues. We will continue to monitor performance issues across all platforms and share update timing as soon as it is available. The Star Wars team. As a fanboy of both Star Wars and Jedi Fallen Order, this is really disappointing to hear this news. I can get very defensive of this game, but not Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, which also had performance issues. I did not give that one a pass, so full disclosure here. Obviously, a lot of love went into Jedi Survivor, but why release with all these known issues? The tweet itself came out pretty quickly after the release of this, which they knew the performance issues were a thing ahead of time. This game has been delayed before, so I would think that another delay would cause fan base confidence to get very much lower. You can just hear all the YouTube speculation videos as to why this thing was delayed. So, again, what is around the corner as well? May 4th, National Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So, would sales be better for the Star Wars game around the time of May 4th? Probably. This is me speaking as a speculator and not someone who has thought like tremendously about the whole sales experience around May 4th. I would think it would be higher, but I digress. Fans of the sequel to a phenomenally awesome first game would understandably be upset at a delay for the sequel, of course. But if Cyberpunk 2077 has taught us anything, is that don't rush a game to the market. Even Cyberpunk, what they were saying about this game was that, yeah, there's a really good game in here that's just plagued by performance issues and bugs and all this stuff. There is a fan base for Cyberpunk 2077 for sure, but a lot of us know this game as being just super buggy, and I'm sure a lot of sales have been scared off because of the bugs for that release. So, is the same thing going to happen to Jedi Survivor? We'll see. We know there's a day one patch that has already arrived, and this patch is actually 2 gigabytes, and that's on top of the 155 gigabytes for the standard game. So, goodbye the 8 to 12 games that are in your PS5 or your Xbox already. Unfortunately, Jedi Survivor is going to be a game known for being a good game hindered by its performance. In my personal opinion, this actually does not hinder my plans to get this game as soon as possible. As soon as possible to me, with an asterisk, means that right now I'm in the middle of God of War Ragnarok. I think I'm about 30 hours into that game right now, and I think with everything I want to do, it's going to take about roughly 45 to 50. So I'm not getting the game now because I'm in the middle of that. I haven't even touched Hogwarts Legacy, which is in my queue, and Tears of the Kingdom is right around the corner, and I've actually pre-ordered the collector's edition, which I will be doing an unboxing video so you can see what's inside. Do the performance issues of this game scare you away from buying it at first? Are you going to wait for a discount? Are you not going to buy this game at all? I would hope that you do get it. I'm sure there's like from what the reviews tell us, there's a good story in there, and there's some good combat in there, but again, the bugs are going to affect your overall enjoyment of it. But let's hope that this game gets better over time, and that the developers have a plan for improving the game, and hopefully they can't, unfortunately, erase our memories from these performance issues, but I think they can overall improve the game to get the game to where it should be, especially considering this is a $70 release and not a $60 release. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.